recording. How to stop. Are we live? Going to check now, verify the live stream's operation. USA team. All right. Yep. We've got men's league division is going live for Chicago Inter and All right. Good everyone. Welcome all to the USA Team Handball Open National Tournament. My name is Kurt Schaefer. I'm in the booth today with Zach Greenstein. He's not going to be able to talk too much, although if he talks loud enough, it will be picked up on my microphone. He's going to be helping me turn the stream. I'm going to be doing the scoreboard and everything else. Hope everyone out there is doing nice today. We just finished up the NACHC Senior Men's Qualifiers for today, and now becomes, in my opinion, the real fun. All of the craziness, all the zaniness is back again. These teams have fought all year long in the USATH Open Championship, Open Cup, and all of their respective tournaments in order to be here and give you the best possible quality outcome for the best possible games in American Team Handball. And as we kick off here today, I need to get the scoreboard correct. On deck for us today, Chicago versus Denver. Definitely not a slouch of a game. These two teams have met all year long in that USAT Cup. They've met plenty of times before. Chicago, not necessarily close to Denver, but the handball turf basically right next to each other. The good side of it in Chicago is they came out the biggest transfer in national, or I should say in domestic play history this year by gaining Tim Duplantier, who's out there today, going to be number 10 for the Inter. Denver having a bit of a rough time this year, going through a series of very significant injuries, taking out most notably their usual number 10 Bombo Drame, initially taking out Tico, a few other powerful players. So we're going to see what Denver's got left in their tank. We're going to see what Chicago's got left in theirs. Both these teams exhausted after that campaign. And we're going to start this one off slow 0-all with the time clock behind us. I'm going to do my job to keep that as accurate as I can. Now, I am sitting here, of course, with esteemed USA Handball Man of the Hour, Man of the Year, Man of the Century, Zachary Greenstein. Played a little bit, I guess you could call it, seas this past year. Just went into a qualifying tournament. Just went into his senior year tournament with Pittsburgh. Didn't quite end as well for the Panthers as they wanted, but unfortunately, I guess fortunately for them, they did come away with some silverware, winning their first ever Trailblazer Conference tournament. After that play, Chicago will back out on defense. Denver able to stop them, and the referee calls that dead. Not quite sure what happened there. Right. Denver's starting lineup features Beto Mezcua in the center. We have Patrick Bang Robertson out in that left back spot. And Loyal Castaneda, strangely enough, playing out at left wing. And most of the 40 starting right with Nick Hernandez personally. And Denver will be the first one on the board. Is that one. Chicago's lineup, more the same in the more. Number 22, Alia Supervet, leads a powerful spot. Leading from the top, number 8, Marius Eberts. Number 10, Tim Duplantier. Number 12, Patrick Jalabert. He's in the between the sticks. Number 13, Eustace Dombrowskis. Number 17, Hassan Royoui. Sorry if I got that wrong. Number 18, Roman Chaucer. Has been a pain in every team they play side as Superbets goes for a breakthrough, gets that breakthrough. Chicago now on the board as well. Continuing the list, number 20 for Chicago, Patrick Havis. Number 24, Benjamin Scheides. Number 26, Guillermo Laguna. Number 28, Stoyanch Severovsky. Number 29, Philip Schwendel. And closing out the list, number 31, Jesus Catalan. Technical officials today include referees Rafa Unavea and defendant Walker. Technical officials Tora Liam Johnson and Pasika. And just like that, Beto able to put another one on the board there. Denver doubling Chicago's score early in the first half. As a brief reminder for everyone out there, we've got a fully loaded game here with, or a fully loaded weekend of handball here with 34 teams competing in 3 different divisions, 11 women's teams, for the first time ever, to see who is the best in the United States. Of course, previously we did watch the U.S. men's national team take down Canada in very convincing fashion. Another Castaneda from the lane, Robertson. He makes the shot. That would be a goal down low, Patrick. Chicago now. They go to the right back. He looks, squares up the opponent, goes out center. Superbets, usually in the center and the left of this start out. And referee waves off any call for a goalie face stop there as Amadea does not like that, as he calls simulation. Castaneda interplaying with Hernandez in the pivot spot. Larson. Listen, Mezcua out to last. Mezcua. And McCory trying for a wing in pivot. That's not going to go. Slight differences in speed here between the national teams and the domestic teams. However, this men's elite game and the men's elite division are very high-level games. These guys should give us the absolute best of the American scene. As Nick Hernandez almost gets a following pivot shot in there. Doesn't go through, but it is close. Chicago now with momentum. Superbets tries to break through. Doesn't get it. Out to the wing. Goes center. Center back goes to the pivot. And ball with possession. That will be a Denver ball. Robertson now starts the attack. That's the down low pass to Castaneda. Castaneda puts it on, almost gets it in. Python from Venezuela not able to convert there. And then Chicago will take that one out. Starting from their center, they're surveying, side on their play. An interesting lineup for Chicago. I've watched them a lot during the USAC Cup this year. Superbets carrying in the left back role. We will see if that's a benefit or if that hurts their ability to create. And once again, Superbets with a shot on goal without the goalie. That is not going to go through. And it would be a goalie substitution after a 9 is called for Chicago. Darian Presley of Air Force fame, stopping nearly everything that could stop. A huge reason Air Force made it to their first final in years against Army. Notable saves against North Carolina. Notable games against. Oh, he does it there again. Darian Presley. 1 for 1 on saves. This man is a nightmare for offenses everywhere. The shot stopper from Sea Springs. Nothing to do there. Darian Presley keeps it out. Robertson now. Nesqua. Moving. Tries to break through. Can't make it happen. Denver from the right does not go. Now Chicago. Chicago in the middle. Chicago goes to the wing. Jump shot, and they get the wall over the threshold. An excellent play by Chicago there. Winger finishing the goal, giving Denver something to fight against. The score is 2-3 for Denver. Mezcua now surveys the field. The numbers for the Denver Wolves are not accurate, but we will go ahead and read out the team sheet. Dallas Ernston, Moshe McCory will be in that right position for this tournament. Patrick Van Lauritsen, as previously mentioned. Peter Boyer, not yet on the sideline, likely playing in later. Bongo Drame, not on the sideline, same thing, likely showing up later. This is a very early game in this tournament. Sebastian Butcher, in the six, usually sharing with Darian Presley. Nick Hernandez, down low, he is for the 6. Jake Glass, Jonathan Cincinnati, Berto Alcaraz, otherwise known as Vespa, and finally, Northern Castaneda. As Denver goes up 4-2. Chicago, known to be a titan and a machine on offense. One characteristic of them, never give up hope in a match. They play all the way through. Denver, known as the creators of the Campbell World in America, do they have the creativity to break through Chicago? So far says yes. Chicago goes pivot, and Presley unable to keep out a completely undefended pivot shot. So the 4-3 as the referees call timeout. And we will remove that point as, for a reason unknown to us, the ball has not been counted. The table is presented. Handball player Ty Reed. I did famously one time get a 2 minutes against Ty Reed in all of the 30 seconds I played against him. I then did not teach for the rest of that game. Incredible play. I love American handball. As I look over into the distance, I see the SF Cal Heat Treasure Coast match is currently 8-3. One must assume that that's Cal Heat. However, we don't know for certain. Naya is Carolina. And we will restart play here. And yes, it is 4-2, says the referees. After a nice long discussion on the sideline, those do tend to happen in both Denver and Chicago games. Believe me, there's a reason I chose this one personally to commentate. Chicago's down man. That's so expertly pointed out. No kiss for the Duke. By the way, it'll be a great time now to shout out a happy graduation to all of our college athletes who featured in the USAF College National Championship, actually, as the scores now, or as the time is now accurate with the scoreboard. We apologize for any mishaps there. The time that you see on screen is a rough estimation. It is not guaranteed reality. We do our best here in American handball, but there's only so much we can offer with the technology at hand. Jake Glass receives the ball, and Beto out left. Looks to shoot, goes to the center back. Supervets with an interception, and Supervets called for a double dribble travel. Darian Presley standing up to throw that one in. Looked like for a minute he was going to go all the way and try to score. It has to be restarted there, Darian. No worries. Denver on the attack. They go to the wing. Torrey goes wide to the left back. Left back tries to break through. Not able to get through the defense. That's going to be an offensive charge. And Denver comes away with that one scoreless. Still 4-2. uncharacteristic. The Chicago Inter women's team sports the men's team. Once again, this is the first time in a very long time that we have had a Thursday night match to start off the USAPH Open. So by no means are these teams at their full power. By no means is this what we're going to be seeing. Chicago sinks that one on a nice center back shot. This Denver team struck well early, hasn't been able to break through Chicago's defense once they reincorporate themselves. We'll see how this continues to go. Out to the left back. Left back in the center. Center back goes to last. CB looks for some help. And they'll get a 9. Denver now on the attack again. They look to Castaneda. They go to the left back. Left back, center. Center, unable to push through. It's just a 9. And as the center back goes down, that'll be a pause in play time. The clock reads 18-13. And as Mesqua is able to get up on his own, he is limping on that right foot. Lauritsen will check in, and play will continue. Chicago 3, Denver 4. Nearing the midpoint of this first half. Ritson setting up the attack he wants. Lauritsen not able to break through Chicago's defense. Chicago saves that one, or blocks that one. Saving Jalbert and any need to do anything. Chicago to the pivot, Chicago to the goal. That means we're all tied up here in Bettendorf, Iowa, the gem of the Quad Cities. Current home of USA Tsunami. Robertson now. Passes the last on the right back. Takes a long shot. He's going to get nothing for his efforts. And of all people, Darian Presley nearly steals it. He's going for the highlight reel. I spoke to him before the game. He knows that he needs to make himself known in this one if Denver has a shot. I have never seen that out of a goalie, college or open. I've never once in my days have I seen that. A goalie nearly got the interception on that. That was insanity. All right, here we go, Chicago. What have we got in the tank? 17, jump, shot, goal. That's going to be a hard one to block. Not much that anyone's going to be able to stop that. And I stand corrected, as I note now, the Chicago Inter women are here. They are simply in plainclothes, not in would make sense as all the women and men's open division games start to come. Personally, I'm the kind of guy who sleeps in my jersey, but I don't know how everyone else feels. Lauritsen. He's held for a 9. Again starts out from the left back. They go to Hernandez. Tries to pile through. Chalabay stops it, and the referee will call a 9 on that one before the goal goes through. That is not a goal. Lauritsen sets up the attack. Left back looking. And ball is dropped. Once again, Presley picks it up. And Denver tries to drop down low, unable to do so, as Chicago now on a breakaway. Chicago to their wing from Supervets, and Presley stops it. Darian Presley everywhere right now, certainly the man of the match. But can his offense Give him what he needs to get that name. Lauritsen, again, from the middle. Makes his look. He sets up his play. Little miscommunication from the left back there. Goes down to McCory. McCory tries to break through for the wing, passes it out to the right. Goes down to last, out to Lauritsen, who bobbles possession, and that'll be a safe Chicago ball. Inter's defense holding up strong here after they recuperated from the earlier onslaught. If they score here, they take their first lead of the match. How things have gone over the last 10 minutes or so, I find it difficult to see how they won't be there scoring. As the rest of the game enter into their ninth minute left, we are still sitting at 14 left. And Gallaudet stops it on what would have been a breakaway and would have been a goal for the Wolves. And the Chicago women on the sideline not happy with the way they're seeing their men play right now. Stupavets in his role at center back. And their coach calls their first timeout. I am very biased when I say it. I pull for both these teams. Big fan. I want to see Tim Duplantis. That would be my personal favorite. Regarded amongst almost the entirety of the handball community as the greatest transfer of the last transfer of the summer. He did in fact move out to Chicago. Girlfriend Scoop. Let's throw that back. 13 minutes, 37 seconds remain in this one. As the teams break their huddle, some new faces out there, including number 31, Jesus Catalan, down at wing. Look at their left wing. Look at their left wing. He's got to be 12. Goodness gracious. It is. I'm hoping he does. Good steps. Passes to the right. Right back. Goes over. Presley passes the ball in. Denver moves up. In discussion with what they want to do. I haven't seen his face before for Denver, but I would imagine the man at number 8. It's either Dallas or Amsterdam or he's been listed on this record. That's still sitting. 4-5 Chicago. Sit down. And Chicago tries to go down to the pivot, not able to get there. It'll be a safe ball for Denver, and they look down, unable to break through. Denver gets 9. They'll reset for their play. Lauritsen now. Lauritsen fumbles the ball. That'll be a turnover. You hate to see it. Slight mental errors. The referee calls time. And a 2-minute is given on number 26. Apologies. A 2-minute on number 8 for Denver. And a second 2-minute now for number 7 on Denver. Lauritsen and the Yet unnamed player. We'll see. Time for sequence. For now, from the middle, out to Castaneda. Hernandez, center back role. Down four, you just kind of sit as long as you can, take as many nines as you can. Chicago not letting up at all. They're pressing all. Chicago, man pressing. Corey looking for an opening. McCory! And he gets it. I'm not mistaken. First on the day, Jose McCory. Super back now. Apple back, and it's a mix. Downfield gets some work for the young keeper. Relax on the speed. Waiting for a counter here. Just under a minute left with both of those. Denver. Well, we have certainly seen quite a lot here, and we are going to go into a brief commercial break during that commercial, or during that timeout.
When you're close, you can feel it. You try harder. And you don't give up. Because when you're close, you do more. For the people that matter to you. And for the future, which is just around the corner. Being close is the best place to be. And in Sunneborg, we are close.
And as we restart here with Denver's possession, worth pointing out, thank you so much to our sponsors, our supporters, our fans, and of course, nothing less than our volunteers who make these kind of tournaments possible for us. I know I've been working on week 7 of this stuff, and I could not do half of it if I did not have amazing people. Denver gets another 7 or another 9 reset. With 10 minutes left. And that's Miss Summit there. Super that's now in possession. Chicago looking to attack. Right back. Stripping the ball around. Back throws, left back, front, left back. A 7-5 lead. They did get one earlier that I did not catch. Denver now on the attack. Cloudinson. Flat. And he gets one through for himself. He hit his face. It looks like that'll be a timeout here for referees as the injured player goes down. He is able to get back under his own pressure and continues playing. Laying down the referee whistle. Different raises, and we're live. Chicago on the attack. Into play with the backs. Looking wherever they can. Denver stepping a little bit of a high line. Looks like a mixture of a 4-2 and a 5-1. You're going to come out with the record. And that is a 2-minute. The Northern Castaneda number, we're number 99 today. We will restart possession here shortly. We're underway. Chicago now. Pocket. They're up one. They go for a change as Eustace Dombrowskis comes in. Pivot. Chicago going at a double pivot, trying to take advantage of that too, and they get it. Chicago now 8-6. They managed to turn it around this half quarter. What is Denver going to do to respond? Corey, not the latch, and that'll be a no-go. Just a 9 for Denver. Wolves on the hunt. Lauritsen into traffic. Corey! Saved by Jalbert. That'll go out off Chicago, though. Denver's ball from the sideline. Corey goes to the center back. Denver trying to reconstitute themselves. Lauritsen now at left. Corey down to the right. And the referee is going to ask the defense to slow down as the clock continues to run. With just about 6:45 left in this thing. And that'll be another 9 for Denver. Denver. They get past Supervets. Out to McCory. On the wing. Wing shot. Does not go. Presley quick to recover. Out to Hernandez. Hernandez drops the ball. And that's a clean take by Chicago. No, it's called a double dribble. And I think that's accurate. I was seeing if the ref saw it first. Denver possession. Just above 6 minutes left. Denver now. Castaneda drops it. Left back picks it up. Castaneda. From the wing. Goal for Denver. Rousis knocks it off. Referee says must be in the circle. Chicago now on the move. Passing back between the backs. Left wing in. Chicago tries to dump down to the second pivot. They get it. And that's another point for Chicago. Their double pivot maneuvers worked twice in a row. Lauritsen bobbled pass. Keeps possession. Wolves on the hunt. Distributing around, seeing where they want it. Supervets comes up. Lauritsen goes through, drops the ball. Chicago possession. Chicago on a breakaway. Chicago's going. Chicago passes it up. 1, 2, 3, jump, and goal, Chicago. Just under 5 minutes left. Chicago on a bit of a run. And that'll be called inside the line by the referee. It'll be Chicago ball. And Chicago, that's a shot directly at the keeper's head. That'll be a 2-minute for number 22, Supervets. Darian Presley does get up under his own power and will continue. Time score right now is dead accurate with the official time. Waiting for the whistle now. referee having some specifics we would like to see. And play continues. Glass takes the ball up. Looking for a new center back now. Number 14, I believe, but that is Dallas Arnsdorf. Hernandez passing to the left back. Denver. Down to Corey. Corey from the wing. And Jalabert stops it again. So far, Jalabert has not let anything in from the right. Chicago possession now. Starting it off in the back. Denver's has a front timeline now as they go for a pivot cross. We can see Chicago goes out to the wing. Not able to convert. Back to the wing. Chicago now looks to the left. Left wing. Goal. That's number 16, Sebastian Fischer. They takes that one out. Denver now on the attack. Hernandez, left back spot. Goes to the center back. Distributing in the backside. And that ball goes down to the right wing. He will pass it to the center back. Center back shot. Center back goal. Denver 8. Chicago 11. 2 minutes 43 left. Chicago still down 1. They are pulling their goalie for this. Can Denver get a quick break, long shot goal if Chicago bobbles it? Or will Chicago score? Chicago goes to the wing. Wing shot. No, it's bounce off. And it'll go out of bounds off Chicago. That's Denver's ball. As Jalabert makes it into the net. Denver will begin their attack. 2 minutes left in this one. Denver now trying to make their opening. From the right. Looking left. Big shot. In the center now. And that's some hard defense. That'll be a 9. Denver has to come out of the circle entirely. Arnsdorf, with possession, passes it out. Castaneda. Shovel pass to Hernandez goes nowhere. Castaneda scores up. He tries to do his whirlwind through. He doesn't get it on that one. Chicago now, breakaway. Chicago, shoot the Vets, and that's a goal for Chicago. 12-8 here in Bettendorf in the PVK Advantage Sports Complex. As we enter into the last minute of this half. Denver now. This could be their last attack of the half. They want to do everything they can with it. Corey, off the crossbar, unable to go through. Hit the button here that says start streaming. I'll check it at halftime. And Chicago enters into what is like their last attack. 30 seconds left. Supervets makes quick work of it. 13-8. Hernandez. Denver now trying to get through. They'll keep possession there. 5 seconds left. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second, and that'll be that. And we enter into halftime. We will go into a brief intermission. You want to do this? I'll do that. All right, sounds good. Okay, that sounds good. Yeah, come back.
Yeah, for me, it's already been over a 20-year show. And over those 20 years, it's been constant growth and learning through every situation, whether I was coaching a club in Europe or coaching a club in the United States or playing in the United States or playing in Europe. All of those things had a major impact on what the plan is and what, supports the dream. And that plan is now worldwide, and it's going through Denmark. For me, that plan starts with, taking care of the athletes that we currently had, because they've just accomplished a lot. And how do we take care of those athletes? And then how do we take care of our staff? And then financially, how do we support ourselves? So those 3 points. And then comes the fact of, well, how do you build more Americans in the United States playing handball? And that's one of the greatest challenges we've ever had. And, there's been highs and lows for that. And we are looking for a more consistent method for that. And that's what's going on right now. Well, for a lot of Americans, that dream is to be in the Olympics. And that's a huge dream. And a lot of it is more reality now, because LA is in less than 2.5 years. So now, as that reality and people are facing it every day that goes by, people are realizing they're closer to their dream, and more players want to be involved. And I want to do everything that everything that those players want to accomplish. I want to help them, and there's more than 14 players that want to be in the Olympics. There's a lot more. And going through that and supporting each one of those players is part of the dream I have as well, supporting and then seeing them succeed in that dream. Well, representing the United States is something. It's like representing, if you're from Denmark, it's like when you represent Denmark and you get to put on the colors, you feel, hey, I don't want to lose this, and I want to represent correctly. And I want myself, my staff, and all our players to represent the United States and feel that pride as we, chase not only just this Olympics, but chase the next Olympics after that and the World Championships. And it's going to require a lot of sacrifice from a lot of different people, myself, and a lot of players. Well, the great thing about, being in Denmark and, seeing all the different clubs and the players and the youth and, male and female players, and it's that you can really focus in one area and focus on one thing, and, focus on handball, where for me, that's kind of like where Florida will be. Right now I'm recruiting athletes from all over, but as I get associated into Florida, where I am in the Treasure Coast, is, to focus on that area and now really incorporate some handball structure in that area. Now it takes time, and, we have a facility, and that's what I will encourage. And I'm encouraging, any club in the United States, whether it's, Cal Heat or New York or LA or Chicago or all the clubs, Ohio State, these college clubs, North Carolina, they all have an infrastructure and they're building within their area, So that's kind of, if you can support those clubs and support, the area and let them work, that's going to be a huge step for handball. For me, the answer is pretty easy. Focus on where you are in the United States, and do what you can in there, and just do your one job well. And when you do that one job, everything sort of, the dominoes start taking effect, because people want to be a part of successful things.
USA Team Handball presents What is handball? Handball is the best sport you probably didn't know existed. It's fast-paced, high-scoring. It's a very physical, full-contact sport. It has little to no breaks. It's non-stop action. It requires excellent athleticism, hand-eye coordination, and ball skills. Handball is the sport Americans have been training for their whole lives without even knowing it. It's been an Olympic sport since 1972. Let's get into a quick breakdown of handball. There's 7 players on the court at a time per team. That's 6 field players and 1 goalie. It's played in 2 30-minute halves. The team with the most goals after the second half wins. Games are high scoring. There's approximately 50 plus goals scored each match. A handball is a few inches smaller than a volleyball, but built like a soccer ball. This ball can be thrown over 80 miles per hour, almost as fast as a major league fastball. You can take up to 3 steps before needing to dribble, pass, or shoot. The semicircle surrounding the goal is the goalie area or 6-meter line. That's approximately 20 feet, and only the goalie is allowed in this area. Goals are scored by throwing the ball into the goal from outside of the 6-meter line, or diving into it and throwing before you hit the ground. Handball is a very popular sport around the world. There are 11 million teams, 31 million players, and 167 different countries playing handball. The most recent handball championships welcomed over 900,000 spectators and over 1.6 billion TV views. Handball isn't just an amateur sport. There are professional handball players based in European leagues that compete in the Champions League, just like soccer. Examples of world-class handball clubs that compete in the Champions League include the likes of FC Barcelona and PSG. Here are some headlines regarding handball's presence in America. We don't seem to be the only ones who think the US should be playing handball. Take a look at some of these tweets. Do you think you have what it takes to be an Olympic handball player for the US? Your athletic career doesn't have to be over after high school or college sports. You can still compete at an international and Olympic level. Imagine being awarded a gold medal in the Olympics representing the United States. So we ask you this. Why aren't you playing handball? This is America's next great sport. This is handball.
Discover a treasured part of Florida called the Jewel of the Treasure Coast. For good reason. A fusion of coastal old Florida and new adventures, where sunset dining intertwines with vibrant local art scenes. And tea times meet game days for effortless enjoyment. Uncovered treasure in St. Lucie, Florida.
When you're close, you can feel it. You try harder. And you don't give up. Because when you're close, you do more. For the people that matter to you. And for the future, which is just around the corner. Being close is the best place to be. And in Sunneborg, we are close.
We are back for the second half of the first opening men's elite division matchup between Chicago Inter and the Denver Wolves. We're going to go ahead and get everything up and running, and we are good to go. Both these teams had a very frustrating first half by their own standards. Chicago making some notable changes as Tim Duplantis checks in on the left wing. And Chicago pushes Smoke to him. We've got Denver without many changes made. They do have a very depleted bench right now. Everybody in the wicking list at this point. Go two. That's kind of been the story for both of these teams throughout the year. Chicago did pull a lot of power in that Houston tournament. Denver would have been right there up if they weren't this big with a critical injury play. And that'll be a 2-minute. Once again, number 13. Number 13, Justus Dombrowskis. Thought I saw the 2-minute man go up and come on. Dombrowskis simply took out. He's sort of very impressively going for it, and it's just the right. Chicago 14, Denver 9. They did convert on that. Now we'll see what this set looks like for Chicago. Super bets in the middle. Decline here. Last defending. Super bets goes to the cross. Left back from the middle. Gets it to go. Chicago 15, Denver 9. Wolves now. Talking with the referee. Not much to go. And it's out of bounds. It'll be Chicago's goal. Quite a lot of fun handball going to happen this weekend. I'm excited for it. Notable matchups, or I should say notable league positions include LA2 appearing in the Open Division alongside of Powerhouse, recent Powerhouse, San Diego. New York City and Nyack eyeing each other down in that group division matchup with happening later on tomorrow. We'll see who comes out on top. Those are going to be some serious matchups with some serious potential for this. Individual highlight reels, focus into it. And that'll be another one. Scott, now in session, looking to break this goal down. Louder, please. I'll be right back. And he doesn't get it. He almost does it. Not quite. That's going to be called defending in the 6th. And McCory will line up to shoot. Corey makes it. Denver goes 16-10. Just about 26:35 left. The clock grind down. It's 26:44. We continue play. Chicago now. With the ball goes out to right. Denver 5-1 set, trying to disrupt Chicago's offense as much as possible. Chicago goes up, and it's just over the crossbar. That was obviously bounced. High bounds. Denver now on the attack. The guy went to 7 last time, but it was a good shot regardless. You're now doing 2 minutes for Chicago's defender. Number 31 over there in the wing, Jesus Catalan, will have to sit. He's been to games before he steps up for another 7. And he thinks another 7. Denver for 11-16. I don't think Denver's going to have any problem in the world if Chicago keeps giving him 7s. What's the VC's passes it out? That's what kind of put it. Another connected. Denver on a breakaway, no goal lead. And Denver will convert 16-12. Just like that, Chicago's lead shrinks. Now up only 4. more than possible for Denver to come back in this one. Both sides receiving their fair amount of 2 minutes. I don't think anyone's on 2 minutes left, but if they do get there, you have to start thinking about fouls. Referee calls their ball. Sorry, Chicago. Chicago now. There's two bets out wide, left. There's left way, left way jump, left knee shot, left knee goal. Chicago 17, Denver 12. After the other, more than capable of making it happen. There we go. Denver reports almost immediately. 17-13. Vasquez. Let's go check out. In for Vasquez. 29. Well, Thunder. Super bets now. Denver playing at 5-1, trying to pressure the center back into any item state they can get out of it. And they are rewarded. Chicago's rewarded with a pivot goal. Mendes. Great. And with a diving goal for Denver. They can certainly respond at will right now, but they can stop at will. Then from Denver, step out again with 5-1. And a high line to match. Here, goes down to right back. Right back swims through, shots through. Chicago, 19-14. And again, right back. Setting up some time. Right wing looks to go through. Left back to the wing. Wingo. Denver not willing to give an inch. Chicago neither. Look around the facility. I see Treasure Coast San Francisco Cal Heat sitting 25-15 to Cal Heat. And as I look over to the Carolina game, that still sits at 21-13. And a diving goal for number 31 of Chicago. That is called a 2-minute on number 99, Castaneda. Certainly been a game of 9 so far. Adding quite a few 7s and 2s in as well. Denver now looking to attack. Robertson. That's Corey. And then that was followed. Chicago possession? No, Denver possession. Larison. Lattis. Goes out, and Chicago interception, however, out of bounds. That'll go back to Denver. Denver now, they're taking their time. No reason to rush. They're left in this one, and McCurry capitalizes. Denver 16, Chicago 20. Plenty of time left in this half. With both sides having a quick leg to them. That'll be another goal for Chicago. Breakthrough goal. McCurry. Turn on this. Last calls to slow the tempo as they reset their seconds. Now from the set piece. And Denver tries to get it through there, rewarded with a 9. Denver. Slow with it. Chicago playing a high line. Everyone wants to mark that left back. Harrison has been dangerous to them. And that sends off the crossbar. Chicago unable to get back in time. Supervents. Tries to get to DeQuinte, misses it. Castaneda, and Castaneda passes it off, and a goal for Denver. 21-17 score. Denver keeping it within 4. And Denver's possession again. There's a mental error by Chicago gives Denver the ball. They pass it back. Wolves look to set up into a position. They once again call from low tempo. They're going with a double-peated set. Never mind, Hernandez comes out. Denver tries to go with their pivot. Can't get there in time. Larson. Back to Hernandez. Hernandez. Oh, and that shot's going to be wide. Chicago now. Moving up the sideline. Tim DeQuinte. Chicago now in the middle. Back to their left side. Drops to the left wing. Left wing does convert. 22-17 score. Off the left wing shot from that number 24, Benjamin Titus. And that'll be Chicago's ball after a mental error for Denver. Chicago on the hunt. Anywhere they can. DeQuinte, right at Presley. That's not going to go through. Last now with possession as Denver takes the ball up. Plenty of time left. We are barely into this one. As Denver's still down by 4. Last year, they got within a point of beating NYC in the semifinal match. They're going to want to repeat that here. Without a couple notable key players, we'll see if they can do it. Hopefully those guys show up tomorrow. At least a handful of them are listed on the official roster. Thursday game causing issues for both sides. The Chicago's bench Dislovic's completed. And Castaneda from the wing. 22-18. It's an excellent display by both teams' wingers. Complete change of pace from the earlier matches, where the U.S. and Canada, as well as the Mexico, stayed with us entirely through the center and never went to the wings. One must ask, what causes you to have those kinds of differences in strategy? Part of it, obviously, whoever's better. But also, each team has their own unique persona, their own unique way of playing. And Chicago slots that one in. Denver will have to grab that ball. Take it back to the line. Chicago is in no rush at this point to move the ball quickly. Denver, you think, probably needs to get a little bit more speed in this step. There's plenty of time, but you don't want to be down 5 by the time it's closer. Last. And that'll stay Denver's possession off the Chicago Thunder. Passes it in. And we're coming back to it. They're looking. And bowling alley shot goes in the net. Denver within 4. Chicago now to the wing. And that's a speedy wing pass, a speedy wing shot. Chicago's going to capitalize on that. Denver not able to get back on defense in time. Referee calls for Denver to come back to the line. So the 4 play begins. Thank you guys both for turning out for us. As, of course, both these teams have watching. As a reminder, all of your Friends games will be on the USA Team Handball YouTube account throughout the weekend. So if you're on it now, you know where it's going to be tomorrow. And the Wolves look to start after a 9-point. Denver passing through their backs. Castaneda trying to make something happen. And he does. An excellent shot. Once again, Denver's wings are on fire this evening. Not too much in the way of middle play for either of these teams right now. Chicago has gone to the pivot forward. This time they're sticking with those wing possessions, though. And Darian Presley keeps one out on the stage Chicago sideline, but an excellent play by Darian Presley. This half, oh, he jinxed it. This half, notably less 2 minutes. That one from the middle, Chicago makes me use my words. Rather goals in 2 minutes. Time to vote. That's the other. That's right there. It does. An immediate response. Both these teams in this stop. Everything going right now for both these sides. Denver's going to need defensive stops if they want to come back from this. Chicago is in the driver's seat. We have personal info. That'll be a timeout for Chicago. We'll go into a commercial break.
When you're close, you can feel it. You try harder. And you don't give up. Because when you're close, you do more. For the people that matter to you. And for the future, which is just around the corner. Being close is the best place to be. And in Sunneborg, we are close.
And that will bring us right back into it. As the Wolves break their break, Chicago's already in position to start this one. We have Chavez out at left wing, at right wing. We have a new back center, and they are able to make that one through. Chicago 26, Denver 21. Poster here. Still in school. And we continue play. Denver now on the attack. Lauderson back in the game. Chicago gives them a 9. Denver restarts from the pivot. Hernandez looks to jump, looks to shoot. It's over the crossbar. Will not go. As Zalabed drags that one out. And Chicago will start off their attack. And that's a check out from Roman Trusick. Check in for Supervets. Chicago now moving the ball, assessing their position. And yet another solo goal for Chicago. Hassan Gouliaoui, excuse me, that's a total pronunciation. Gouliaoui scores that one. And Denver unable to respond on that one. The shot goes wide. However, they're given a bailout by the refs. They'll give them 9. Hernandez now. Robertson. Actually, left back jump, shot, nothing. And that's a 2-minute assess to number 8 for Chicago, as Marius Ebert is going to have to sit. Never mind. I'm apparently talking into my mind. Keep seeing the referees hold up 2 digits. I think that's 10 minutes. I'm probably fast. That'll be a 9. Hernandez at the pivot spot, and John Beck keeps it out. I think he got a hand on that. He was in position to go this. Might have just gone in. Denver now on defense on a 5-1 set, and they are coming out. Marius Beaver coming out there. Corey playing enough defense to hold it to a 9. And that'll be a timeout for the referee. Rafa Amadea does love to give those guys the rules whenever he feels they're breaking them. Once again, the sun in the middle goes out to the left wing, shot, and that's in the back of the net. Denver 21, Chicago field. And this one is starting to slip away from the men from the Rocky Mountains. Denver now in possession. Still getting the ball in the backfield. Hernandez out to Leverton. Takes the shot, makes a 7. 22-28. As Chicago walks up, they're in no rush. Referee says, need to head it up a little bit. Otherwise, I'll get you past it. Chicago on the move. Son pass down. Beaver to the wing. And clean-ish defense. Denver escapes with a 9. And the referee will call another timeout. He wants to go over the defense a little bit there. The game is in play. Chicago. 17. No one stopped him yet. Superflex goal. Chicago is not putting up with anything with Denver City. They're doing it constantly. Lately, at least, they've been able to stop them on defense. Castaneda. All right, that's Hernandez down there. Castaneda is in the pivot spot right now. Chicago. Rolling forwards. Wing shot. And they will capitalize on that. Chicago is 1st to 30. And with just under 10 minutes left in this one, Chicago 30, Denver 22. The referees continue to explain the rules a little bit. Denver now in possession, moving the ball. It's for Denver. Thank you for watching. This timeout will go once again to a commercial break.
When you're close, you can feel it. You try harder. And you don't give up. Because when you're close, you do more. For the people that matter to you. And for the future, which is just around the corner. Being close is the best place to be. And in Sunneborg, we are close.
The nice thing about having a 1-minute long commercial is that I know exactly it's time to get back on the microphone ball. Hopefully to your enjoyment, I do this because as is everything else out here. USA Team Handball is running this sport nationwide. This tournament is an amateur tournament between the best clubs in the U.S. And this specific division is absolutely best clubs in the U.S. They do make it look a little easier than it should. This is not an easy split. And as Bothron Amadeo looks to the line, 9:16 left in this one. It'll be Castaneda to take it. There, looking to block it. And he is not able to do so. Castaneda gets one on the board for Denver. Super Vets now in control. Denver playing 5-1 set, trying to disrupt that stellar Chicago back line. Chicago playing it smart, playing with space. Space is wide, and they go to their pivot, and pivot step in. Referee says no go on that one. Denver now in rolling. It's in the middle. Center back right through. Oh! And a rancing shot by Dombrowskis. Keeps that one alive for Chicago. Yeah, Denver's probably going to think twice before doing that one again. And that one's off of number 8's foot. I do apologize. I do not have his name. And Denver now almost got a pivot shot in. Goes over the net. Time is accurate. Denver looks. They're looking. And they are not going to with anything. The referees won't give anything on that one. A little bit of contact there, not enough for the ref to give him 9. Chicago now in possession. Moving the ball. Chicago doing everything they can. Keep that lead. Denver pushing hard on defense. Almost a 4-2-7. Really tough there. And Corey Holster unable to keep that one out. Chicago 31, Denver 23. Castaneda and Salazar keeps that one out. Nice save for the Chicago side. As time ticks away for this Denver team, come back and get this one through. Nebraska's over the line, not to the count. Denver on the move. Last takes it up. Pitches out. Castaneda. Lauderson through. Tries to go to the pivot. And that'll go over the line. Safe Chicago goal. Well, we have our first final score of the evening as New York Athletic Club takes out Carolina Blue, 28-17. And the Treasure Coast San Francisco game goes down to just a minute left. San Francisco 31, Treasure Coast 22. Denver escapes another one there. Corey passing out to last before he takes his position at wing. Santiago down low, and he's unable to hang on to it. Now Chicago on a breakaway. And another goal from number 24, Sidis. Denver now on the attack again. They don't want to give up those fast breaks. They're out of time here. They can really get good reps in against good competition. And Jake Lennox, 31-24. 32-24. Sorry about that. Chicago now. Playing out of their backfield. Denver still in that 5-1 set. Chicago in the space. And that'll be a 9. 4:53 left in this one. We're in the last 5. 32-24. Denver can come back a little bit closer. But with this much time left, it's basically a done deal. As a injured player needs some help on the floor there. So Patrick Lauderson, they cannot lose him. get up and walk out on his own way. He'll have to sit out for 3 possessions. And now Darian Presley checking in as a field player at number 2. Not seen that before. Denver is down. Their roster has a lot more names that I don't see on it. I don't see here. So I'd imagine we're going to see them throughout the weekend. And Chicago sinks another one there. And we have confirmation now that it is all but, it actually is, over on court number 4 as SF Cal Heat takes out Treasure Coast in their first matchup, 31-24. We're still sitting on 5 more minutes left here in Bettendorf on this one. Last now at center back. Mesquite left, keep all his possession. Rouse to stop. Chicago, in no rush to move it up. They're going to move with speed anyways. Supavets passes down to the right, and that one's in the net. Chicago 34, Denver 24. The time you see is accurate. Denver looking to get something going here. Darian Presley in a double wingback or double pivot position. Passing the other side. And Presley does get that one. Tries to get through. He's wrapped up. Corey now from the wing, 1-on-1, and gets it to go. Denver 25, Chicago 34. Tim Duponte is checked back in. And Presley able to get his hand on it, but not able to get possession on it. That'll be Chicago's ball anyways for the reset. Ball goes out to the right, in the middle, Ebert, and Pulitzer keeps that one out. Denver now moving with speed through the middle. Hernandez, and he's wrapped up by Ebert. Last, looking out to the wing, Corey shot goal. That wing has been an open shot for both shots, or for both teams all night. Ebert down to the right wing, and that one's in there too. High scoring handball here today, 35-26. Haven't seen that on the national team this tournament so far. As that Denver one sells out of bounds after a save by Gilbert. Supavets. Long pass to the wing. Colton stops it, and Denver does save it, but it'll stay in Denver's end. Time ticks away. 1 minute, 26 left. DePonte gets the ball. Supavets setting up. Denver is playing out. And Supavets taking advantage of space. Smashes that one in for another Chicago's goal, 36-26. Bobbled there, Denver given a 9. Hernandez to start in the center. Denver through and goal. Both sides able to penetrate between the 1 and the 2. Been a good day to be a winger for either of these teams. Just like that, winger double team as Supavets takes it into the center, goes to the right back, and that's called as a double dribble. It'll go back, and Denver on a breakaway, goal. Number 28 now With just 20 seconds left, this will probably be Chicago's last possession, if not the last possession of the game. Supervets not willing to give this one away. Defense for a powerful shot, but it's going to be over. Clean defense, says the referee. And Denver's possession again, says the referee. That will do it for this game. We'll see what the referees say about it. Is it going to be one last shot, or is this one over? And that'll be it. That'll do it for the first game on Court 1 of the 2026 NACH, excuse me, I've been saying that all day. For the first game of the 2026 U.S. Open Championship, your final 36 for Chicago, 28 for Denver. Chicago takes the win on the day. This has been USA Team Handball presentation. My name is Kurt Schaefer. I'll be your MC for more games throughout the weekend. And on behalf of our organization and our larger supporting group, I'd like to thank you guys for tuning in. We'll catch you tomorrow.